Hi guys, I'm Clay Ballard, and today I'm going to talk about one of the more controversial moves in golf. And there's some people that hate the move, there's some people that love the move, and we're talking about squatting and leveraging the ground for power. This is more or less a advanced move. It's not for particularly beginning golfers, and it's for power. It doesn't really serve much more purpose other than getting a few extra miles an hour into the swing, but it's not really going to give you any less consistency. It's a great move. It's something that all great golfers do, whether you're looking at Jack Nicklaus or Hogan or Tiger Woods or any of the other golfers that you want to name. They're all leveraging the ground for power, and it's something that you can learn to do. We're going to go over the proper motions to make that move in your own swing. Also, at the end of this video, we're going to play a clip of a premium video for you and add some bonus videos that you can watch as you sign up for a free Rotary Swing membership. So be sure to stick around to the end, and you're going to have a link to where you can take advantage of those great bonuses. Okay, so maybe you've seen on TV Tiger's head dropping, 5 or 6 inches, 10 inches in the swing. You hear your local golf pro that hates it, you hear another guy that loves it, you hear all these mixed things about it. What is he really trying to accomplish? What are all these great golfers accomplishing as their head drops a little bit? And that's one thing you will see. Pretty much all great, very powerful golfers have to have their head drop. The goal is not to have the head drop. It really comes from the lower body. What is the lower body doing that causes it to drop, and when should we be coming up? Because we can't just squat all the way down and then hit the ball from way down here. We've got to come back up at some point. So you may remember Newton's third law, which is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So for example, if I'm going to push against this wall, or a wall, if it was here, let's imagine I'm pushing against a wall, that wall's pushing back at me just as hard as I'm pushing against it. If I'm going to throw a baseball, I have to throw the baseball, and there's just as much energy coming back or resisting, so I'm going to drive my front foot in the ground. That's resisting as I'm throwing this back. It has to be an equal and opposite reaction. Actually, the same thing even applies to a gun. If you shoot a gun straight ahead, you pull the trigger, there's as much force coming back into your hands as there is going out the barrel. So that's just a law of physics, and that can happen in the golf swing. Now what we're doing when we have this squat motion is we're loading into the ground to fill leverage. So I'm going to do it without a club, without swinging a club here at first. I'm just going to put this across my shoulders, and if you watch my body, as I'm completing the backswing and starting the downswing, I'm getting a little bit of a squatting move. And then as my arms are coming down, I'm leveraging the ground. I'm actually driving up through the ground to release this club. So the harder that I drive and put force into the ground and pull my body up or push my body up, the harder I can throw my arms and release that club down to the ball. Actually, a lot of juniors do this. You'll see we had a discussion recently with some of the instructors with Rotary Swing. We talked about a lot of juniors actually do this naturally, and then they're taught to keep their head still and level, and they actually work their way into a less athletic position later on. So it is a natural motion. So another way to think about this, let's talk about the hips again, and then I'll show you the full swing here in action. You can imagine this is my right hip and my left hip. Let's pretend that these are the hip sockets here. Well, in my backswing, I'm going to be opening up. As I start down, I'm going to be squatting down a little bit, and as those hips start to rotate, open, and square, I'm actually driving down. Once those hips square up, and I start to open the other way as I'm coming through, so again, this would be my backswing, coming down, and then through swing. So backswing, coming down, and then through swing. So once my hips square up to the target, so I'd be here, I'm squatting down. Once they're square, then they're going to start coming back up. So here's my hip sockets. I'm backswing. I'm squaring those up and I'm squatting down. And then as soon as my hips are square, I'm actually driving up as I come through impact, and I release that club into impact. So the hips are opening, they're dropping down and squaring up, and then they're coming back up. Now, one other little tip I'll put in on this that'll make it a little bit more comfortable is we got to keep these knees fairly wide as we're doing that. That way we stay nice and stable and we feel like we have a lot of leverage. So as I'm going in my backswing and as I start down, you'll see some separation between my knees. That's going to give you balance and support as you're doing this. And then as I'm extending, you're going to see the same thing. I'm keeping some separation between my knees, whereas I don't want to do this as I'm coming down with my knees close together. I'm losing balance and I don't feel a lot of power here. With my knees wide, now I have a lot of power and I can drive up this way. So from face on in slow motion, let's actually take a look at Tiger Woods doing that motion here, and you'll see the same thing I just mentioned. In his backswing, the hips are opening. Right as he's completing his backswing and starting that downswing, he begins to squat. As he comes down square, about halfway into the downswing, he's fully squatted, and then as he releases that club, his hips are actually driving upwards as he's leveraging the ground to release that club. So now I'll show it to you again from face on. As I'm going to the top, I'm starting down, my knees are wide, I'm leveraging the ground, and then as I release this club, I'm going to be driving up and my hips are going to be opening. So from down the line here, same thing. Hips are opening, starting to squat as I begin my downswing and complete my backswing. Fully squatted as my legs are square. And as I come through, that's when I'm going to drive up from the ground and release that club into the finish. So it's a pretty simple move. Do it in slow motion. Do it very, very slow, get comfortable with it, then add the club. Once you get comfortable with the club, then you can go ahead and add a ball. But it will help you guys to pick up a little bit more distance and not feel like you're having to swing so hard to get that distance. You're being more athletic with your body motion. So good luck with your distance, and I'll see you guys again soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to click the like button below, post your comments, and we'll try to answer as many questions as we can get to. And I'm also going to attach a preview of a premium video from the website called the Tiger Squat, or the squat move in the swing. It's going to show a short preview of this. If you want to see that entire video, plus about 4 hours, or about 4+ hours of bonus instruction, you're going to be able to do so by clicking the link in the bottom right or clicking the link down in the description below. Good luck to you guys. I'll see you soon.
One of the most criticized motions in Tiger's golf swing from the TV pundits has always been the squat move, where his head lowers during the downswing. So what that looks like is he gets to the top of the swing and he starts to get leverage. He looks like he squats and his head lowers a little bit, and then it comes back up a little bit. Sam Snead had a similar move. Lots of golfers who have built a lot of power in their swing without a lot of effort have done a very similar move. I've always argued that it's the most powerful move in Tiger's golf swing, and I'm going to show you why. That squat move allows a couple things to happen. One, the first thing is it allows you to use the ground for leverage and build a stable base. That's critical because really, as we've learned, we're just wanting to maintain lag till here and then we release it at the bottom. You need a stable base in order to have a solid impact position. If your legs are just spinning out from under you all the time and you're always just flipping at the ball with the club, you don't have any stability at impact. You need to have a stable base so that when you fire that arm and release the club,